to another episode of my Georgia Bulldogs Dynasty. We're in year 3, 10-0, and we are heading into the Deep South's oldest rivalry in a home game against the 6-4 Auburn Tigers, who are just 2-4 in the SEC. Our Georgia Bulldogs are coming off of a pretty impressive 35-23 win at LSU, a team that played much better than their record shows. It was largely a pretty clean game from Gunnar Stockton. Nothing deep down the field, really. Ran the ball a lot with Tobias. Got Cantrell in the end zone. Got Roderick Robinson in the end zone. And we were able to finally corral Ricky Collins, who had a lot of success through the first 2.5 quarters with the scrambles. Able to extend some drives for them early, but then once we kind of got into a rhythm, we're really able to shut it down, and the offense was just good enough to get the job done. But we will be taking on Auburn, who again is at 6-4. They went undefeated out of conference, but have struggled inside of it. So they beat Baylor, beat Southern Miss, beat FCS before losing to Missouri, Mississippi State, getting wins over San Diego State, LSU, and Florida. Now they're coming off of back-to-back losses close to Kentucky, and then a really, really bad loss here against Arkansas. But as per usual, the SEC, these teams are a pretty good team. Let's see what Auburn has along their roster here. So they will have a quarterback. They have Holden Gariner, a redshirt senior. I'm at least assuming is their starter. And he is. He's been really efficient. 22 touchdowns against 4 interceptions. Not the best athlete, but a pretty good arm. Really accurate all across. Accurate on the run, good under pressure, can break sacks. Looks like a pretty solid all-around quarterback for them. He's actually from Savannah, Georgia. Let's see. At halfback, they will be without Damari Alston, as he is dealing with a partial PCL tear. So he's out for a couple of more weeks. So it'll be Jeremiah Cobb and Derek Sermon, a redshirt freshman out of Georgia, along with Willie LaRue, a redshirt freshman out of Jacksonville, Florida, as their main three. Nobody very big. The heaviest of them is Cobb at 192, but 2 elusive backs and a receiving back. We'll see how they decide to use them. A wide receiver, pretty strong quartet here in Caleb Burton, Perry Thompson, Camden Brown, and J.C. Mercer. So pretty solid there. Really good speed for Thompson. Got a pretty good tight end room, particularly Micah Riley. The offensive line, pretty solid right tackle, though. Could be a problem for them if they are starting Bob Myrie there. The defensive line, little weak there at left end depth-wise. Right end is not great. The defensive line just in general, especially with the injury they have here to Deron Reed, not great. Think we should be able to run the football on them. Pretty solid here at left outside linebacker. A couple of good athletes. At middle linebacker, inexperienced here in Dwayne Daniels, but pretty good athlete. Same with Punga and Whidbey. Whidbey is not a great all-around player, but excellent speed. And right outside linebacker, DeMarcus Riddick and DJ Barber. Both of these guys being pretty good. Riddick's one of the best players on the entire team. Cornerback room, not a whole lot of size. A couple of guys here, Hendricks being 6'2", but a lot of speed, good change of direction, a pretty good man, but this is a not great group in zone. Have to look out for that. Weak at free safety, and just okay a strong safety with, of course, 2 good kickers. Seems to be the Auburn way of life, and a pretty solid punter. So this is a home game. I think we're going to be able to run the football. I think we could have some problems throwing the ball on them, but as long as we're not turning the ball over, we have been pretty solid in that facet here this year. Let me make sure I do choose my playbook this time. Added a couple of new things. Trying to throw some more wrinkles out there. But yeah, we are ready for the Deep South's oldest rivalry. See if Georgia can move to 11-0, almost done with year 3 here, and still undefeated. Let's see if we can keep that rolling. We're in Sanford Stadium, home, of course, to the Georgia Bulldogs in Athens, Georgia, and the fans have blacked it out for the day game. Kind of wish it was a night environment for that, but excited to see if Georgia finish off the SEC regular season undefeated before taking on Georgia Tech next week. Georgia will start off with the ball. Boyce back to return the kick. Doesn't get a whole lot of room there, just gets it up to the 18. We will see Gunnar Stockton and Tavares Tobias out there. Let's see what Georgia can do. Last year beat them 24-0. Georgia's on a 9-game win streak inside of this game. See how Georgia decides to attack, and they're actually going to come out, looks like, in a new formation. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. There on the right side, Gunnar Stockton takes it, and it is a toss out to Tavares Tobias, and the first play of the game is an 8-yard carry for number 1. Tavares Tobias, of course, in the 10 games, has 8 100-yard rushing performances. The sophomore has been the key cog, really, of this entire offense. As his second carry gets 3, and that will be a first down for Georgia. Now going to come out in a 3 wide receiver set. Lucky also in the slot. Anthony Evans comes over. It's a screen pass to him. He gets a little bit of blocking, but cannot get outside before the blocking breaks down. So doesn't get anything there. Georgia, of course, likes to run that screen play. Now they come out 3 wide receivers. Stockton's going to drop back. We'll try to throw this on Anthony Evans, and this time he does get the throw off to Evans. Gets it completed, and that is a 20-yard gain. Heck of a throw there for him. Now let's see how Georgia decides to attack here. First and 10, they go ace out of shotgun. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Stockton takes the snap. Going to get this over to Lucky, who is going to catch it. Just a 2-yard gain there. We don't want to force anything there on the inside. Trying to be quick with the decision making. Stockton. This is going to be just a handoff to Tobias. A big run there, gets a first down for Georgia. Again, we thought that we would have success running the football. So far, so good as Roger Robinson comes out there. But it is Cantrell in motion, a little jet pass to him. Cantrell gets good blocking on the outside, tries to cut it back to the inside there. Of the first down for Georgia. They are trying to strike quickly. Off to a really good start. Stockton takes the snap. He's going to get this over to Lucky, who's going to catch it. He's going to fall into the end zone. Touchdown for Georgia. As the John Mackey Award favorite gets Georgia on the scoreboard quickly. Just a quick pass up the seam. Georgia with an early 6-0 lead. Could not really have asked for a better start there on offense. Little man coverage, nobody on him. Finds the end zone. Woodring's kick is up and it is good. The senior has really struggled this year with his field goals, but has been pretty good within the extra points. It is a 7-0 lead for the Dogs. Woodring picks a really good kick away. Now let's see if Georgia can get off to just as good a start here offensively. There's some speed outside for Auburn. Pretty decent trio of running backs, even with some injuries there. Of course, they have a quarterback that we have not seen yet, but he's been really efficient so far this year. And it is a pass for Auburn to get things started. And he's immediately under pressure and is sacked on the first play. Damon Wilson comes around the edge. He is able to wrap him up there early. Gives him 6.5 sacks on the season. Pistol set here. Trying to send this man out wide. Oh, it's a fake hand or fake handoff to the wide receiver. Kristen Miller is up shutting down Jeremiah Cobb. It is now a 3rd and 14. Expect Georgia to get after it here. And they do get to him. Justin Williams with the sack coming off the edge. The redshirt sophomore has really blossomed this year. His first one with extensive playing time. Auburn goes 3 and out and loses yards on all 3 plays. Justin Williams, very versatile linebacker there. Cam roamed the middle, defends against the run. Of course, is a good pass rusher. Gets his 7th sack of the season. Boyce to catch this at about the 45. He's already across midfield, and Boyce across the 40 to the 35. Georgia with really good field position here just to start things off that quick. Now let's see how Georgia decides to attack here. They're going to come out in that funky formation again. 4 guys to Stockton's right. It's a fake toss. Gets this to Lucky, and that's going to be another nice reception there for Lucky. Now they go back to 3 wide out of the shotgun. Stockton looks like he's changing the play here. Might like something different. Stockton takes the snap, and it's a handoff to Tobias. Had a nice gain of 6 there. Auburn, based on the early performances here, might be in trouble in this game. They're not going to slow down the run, then you got to at least be good against the pass. Stockton to get the setup. Gets that over to Cantrell, and Cantrell cannot bring it in. Not the best pass from Stockton. Should have been able to hit his man in stride there. Fails to do so. Three wide receivers. Stockton takes the snap. He's going to take the sack. It's coming off the edges. DeMarcus Riddick, we pointed him out in the pregame. One of the best players on the entire roster. Woodring's field goal is up, and it is good. Georgia does take a 2-score lead here based off the good field position thanks to the defense, but the offense did stall there thanks to a Gunnar Stockton sack. Woodring boots it back away. Georgia's going to be back out on defense after another touchback. Georgia's had some flaws this year, mainly thanks to their own offensive turnovers. But man, they have been in rhythm. They have clearly looked like the best team in the country all year. That's a 7-yard run for Cobb. I do think that this has been maybe the least explosive Georgia offense through the past couple of years. But it's been really good in the run game consistently. The best of the series. The passing game just been a little bit more up and down. Be very interested to see how they move forward heading into next year. Obviously, we'll be losing Gunnar Stockton. That is a question for another day as Cobb. It's a gain of 2 there. For those of y'all that are watching, I'm trying to use the linemen more. Let other players' attributes kind of carry how they play, especially in coverage. Trying to do this both in this one and the Tulane series, unless the team is really struggling against the run or against something in particular, I might switch it up. We're going to largely be trying to play one of these offensive linemen. As Kristen Miller able to get a big 3rd down stop there. I mean, Miller he has been so good for these 3 years. He is as good as any defensive player that Georgia has ever had in these 3 seasons. Hopefully he finishes off with some more strong play as they will come out in a 4 wide receiver pistol set here. It's going to be a carry for Tobias. Kind of got stuck on his lineman there. Ends up being just a gain of 2. We'll see Kevin Vernon out here on this snap. On the 2nd and 8. Again, he has got wheels. He takes it. There's going to be a little quarterback power. Able to get up there for a couple of yards. He will come back out. 3rd and 6. Stockton. Get this. Try to get that inside to Cantrell, but Georgia's going to have to punt. Back to back. Pretty bad 3rd down plays for Georgia. Lozano boots it away. Not a bad kick it, all taken for a fair catch. It is a 10-0 lead at the end of the first quarter as we see Uga in his little clubhouse. Been a dominant defensive performance thus far. Offense had one really good drive. Stalled out though on third down here. It actually just went 3 and out. So tried to get Vernon involved, but it did not work out. That standpoint, they go 4 wide receivers. Actually, 19's a tight end there. So it'll be an RPO. Nope, it's going to be just a carry to Cobb. Bad angle there from C.J. Allen, the highest rated overall player in college football in this current season. Watch set. Try to set up a screen. That was picked off. Justin Williams picks off the screen. Had a sack on the last drive. Had a sack earlier in the game. An interception there. Georgia quickly making plays here on the defensive side. Justin Williams said that he's seen enough of Kristen Miller being the SEC Defensive Player of the Week. He wants that for himself this time. Dropped into coverage, read it nicely. That pass ended up going straight to him. Now running a little cluster formation here. Stockton takes it. It's a play action. We'll try to flip this to Anthony Evans, and he catches that. Wow. Anthony Evans, not known for being the 50-50 ball guy. Ends up making a play there, though. 2 tight ends set now. Stockton's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Tobias. Tobias runs over the linebacker. It's a gain of 2 there. Now Vernon is back out there at quarterback. He's actually going to drop back to pass. He's going to try to get this one wide to Bank, who cannot bring it in. There's a 3rd and 8. Things are certainly looking as if Vernon might be the guy here heading into next season. Stockton takes the snap. Stockton's going to roll around. He's going to have to just throw it away, and the 3rd down woes continue here for the 3rd straight drive. But Woodring out to attempt the field goal. Kick is up, and it is dead down the middle. So he is 2 for 2 on field goals today. Had a really good junior campaign. Been just above 50% heading into this one. Has made both of his kicks so far. Georgia up 13-0. But yes, as I was saying earlier, I feel like the offense has been maybe a lack of super explosion as we have tried to corral the interceptions. It's been a lot of shorter passes, trying to get the ball out to the guys, see if they can make plays. This is going to be Justin Williams again, is dominating it right at defensive end right now. He's used out there at end in these nickel packages. Used at middle linebacker when we're in our base packages. This is another screen. Williams is going to try to chase him down. He does. Cobb's able to get 6 yards out of that, though. Sets up a 3rd and 5. Garner drops back to pass. Trying to come around the edge again. He's just going to throw it away, and Auburn's going to have to punt it. Yet again, Garner's just 2 for 4. Has thrown an interception, taking a couple of sacks. Boyce going to have some room to return here, it looks like. Does fall forward, gets past the 40. Georgia now back out on offense. They go with a bunch formation. Stockton takes it. He's going to flip that over to Blank, who does get the reception here. Blank, of course, is an excellent blocker. Not a great receiving tight end. That's been Georgia's focus here. They also have Mahedi, who they got in the same class as Blank, as another blocker. So they're trying to get a little bit more athletic at that position. They've done a really nice job in this recruiting class. They've gotten a 5-star and a 4-star tight end. Stockton takes the snap. Gets that over to Humphreys, who cannot catch it through contact. I think Georgia is going to go for it here. And they are going to, and they bring in Vernon. He is, of course, the athlete. Vernon takes it. It's going to be a read option. He cannot get wide as they come up and wrap him up. Terrence Love, the safety. Vernon did not make the right read there. That backfires, and Auburn's got by far their best field position of the day. It's going to be a carry to Cobb. This time they get a lot of good run blocking there. It's a gain of 9 before Julian Humphrey brings him down. 5 wide. Leaving him with nobody back there could be a dangerous game against this Georgia pass rush. He's going to launch this one down the field, knocked away by DeMello Jones. Tried to run a little wheel route there, I believe anyway. Maybe it was just a slot fade. DeMello playing, yep, just a slot fade. DeMello with a really nice play there to knock that one away. Certainly looks like he's going to be in contention for CB1 next year, unless Ellis Robinson decides to come back, but I'm not expecting that. This is going to be a quick RPO, and that one is picked off, thrown directly to Julian Humphrey. Georgia able to set themselves up with great field position. They have now picked off Garner twice. Up 13-0. I think this is where you might see them try to take a shot. Looks like they are not really going to allow that. Laying off, Stockton takes his snap. He tries to scramble, nowhere really to throw the football there. Excellent defense. Things are now quickly changing. He's been sacked a couple of times. Stockton takes it. He's going to throw this one down the field. Anthony Evans is down there somewhere. This time cannot grab the 50-50 ball. 3rd and 18. Go with a 3 wide receiver look here. Stockton takes the snap. He's going to get sacked again. So Auburn's defensive line playing well. Gunner not trying to force anything down the field. 3rd down woes for Georgia's offense so far. That's kind of why they have avoided trying to take those big 1st down shots. Because the passing game is just not really excellent at trying to recover from that, as Cobb gets enough blocking there to get a gain of 5 on that run. Georgia's been able to run the football so far. See if they just go back to that 3 wide receiver look. Able to find his tight end there on the little hitch route. Auburn gets the 1st down. Riley's 2nd reception of the game. Back out there at tight end. Going to be a handoff to Cobb. Georgia does okay. KJ comes up. Wraps Cobb up for a gain of 4. Now at 9 carries, 42 yards. Doing really well on a per pop basis. It's going to be another run to Cobb. Gets really good blocking. Excellent tackle there from KJ. Looked like Cobb might be able to get around him. It's a 3rd and 1. Georgia might try something funky here. It's going to be a carry on the inside. They're able to get good blocking. Burrow finally banged him down. It's a 1st down nonetheless, and Cobb comes back out there. 3 wide receivers. Riley in the slot. Turner hands it off to Cobb again, and a really bad angle there from KJ. Raylan does finally chase Cobb out of bounds, but Auburn inside the 15. They're in the hurry up. Going to be just an inside play to Cobb. I mean, right now they're running the football heavily on Georgia. Georgia now going a little bit more base. Got 4 middle linebackers out there. Able to dot that off to his secondary tight end, and that is going to be a touchdown pass. Auburn able to get this back to a one-score lead. An absolutely excellent drive from them. See if that continues. Georgia needs to get back to the drawing board on offense. Reiner able to finally put together a good drive. It's up and it is good. It's a 13-7 lead though still for Georgia. A little over 2 minutes left. What can they get out of this passing attack? Try to at least get some points on the board. Dexter Dallas going to get a chance to return this one. Really excited to see Dexter Dallas and how his route running develops. I think he's going to be a big part of this offense as long as he develops. You're heading into next year. 3 wide receiver bunch set. Stockton takes it. Gonna quickly dump that out to Lucky. It's a gain of about 6 there, it looks like. Stockton with 3 wide receivers and a tight end. He takes the snap. To get that to London Humphreys, who grabs it this time. It's a first down in Georgia now. Move everybody up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Stockton takes the snap. He's going to try to scramble out, and there's nobody there. And Stockton off to the races. Going to get across the 50 before he gets run out of bounds. Stockton is a really sneaky athlete. Stockton now going to take the snap. He might have Cantrell in a one-on-one, but it gets knocked away. Excellent play by number 5 there. Terrence Love. Of course, had a pretty big play earlier in the game on the 4th down attempt. Stockton still out there. 3 wide receivers over to the left. Lucky by himself at tight end. Stockton takes the snap. London Humphreys might have his man beat and is not brought in. Another really nice play down the field. They tried to be really aggressive down the field. See if that continues, and they will go empty here. A little blank in at tight end. Not exactly what you're looking for here. Stockton, though, going to take the snap. Quickly gets that to Togo, who just drops it. Georgia passing game. Woodring with a chance here to boom one. He's got the leg, hit one from 61 earlier and gets that one to sneak through. A bomb of a field goal, and Woodring 3 for 3 today. Really got his leg behind that one. Able to just barely get that one over. How far was that kick? I did not actually see that. Let's see what the number was. 58 yards. He's hit some bombs this year. He's missed some that obviously we should not have missed, but Woodring shows off how good he can be. Takes this one away, and Cobb now brings the kickoff out. So Auburn put together a really good drive, made it a 1-score game. Georgia was able to go get a field goal. Auburn, who had to run the ball down the field extremely well last time, can they do it in the passing game now? Three wide receivers, Riley in at tight end, Cobb now in the backfield, Garriner. They're going to take it. It's going to be a screen pass. Gets excellent blocking. Cobb's going to duck out of bounds and gain a 9. So kind of the same setup. Georgia trying to really come off the edge. And Auburn's going to have to punt it as he gets stopped short. Georgia's going to get another opportunity here to score. Boyce takes that one for a fair catch. What can Georgia get out of this passing game? Better not press Evans. Georgia is known to quick strike here, and Cantrell goes in motion. We'll take the snap. Safety comes up. Anthony Evans down the field. And number 5 goes for 6. Anthony Evans has maybe been the best big play wide receiver in college football the last 3 years. In particular, has struck defenses here late in the first half in these situations where for whatever reason they bring the safety up, they don't have any help over the top in a press situation. Evans is just too fast, has too much speed. He is the game breaker. He is now over the century mark in this one, has found the end zone. Having just an excellent season yet again. Georgia now. 23 first half points. It's a lot for this team and how they have at times played over the last month or so. Finally able to hit the big play they've been going for. And now, I don't know if it's Gariner or Garrett. I'm going to say Gariner from now on, as he is going to get sacked. Damon Wilson, second of this first half. Auburn takes the timeout. I don't really know if that was the best decision for them. We will see how it plays out. Certainly do not want to give Georgia another opportunity to have the ball, as he's going to get chased again, but almost gets an excellent pass off there. Now it's a 3rd and 19. Georgia seems extremely likely to get the ball back here. They're going to back off the defenders, and it's going to be just a read option. He is shut down. Georgia's going to have one timeout left and roughly 40 seconds or so to try to get some points on the board. Boyce able to get a little bit. Georgia with good field position. Three wide receivers. Cantrell sitting in motion again. Stockton, play action. He's going to try the deep shot to Cantrell. That one almost intercepted, then was almost completed. They're trying with a lot of misdirection right now to get Auburn into bad spots. Auburn is really pressing. Safeties drop back. Gonna try to throw this to Cantrell. That ends up being a bad pass. Tried to throw that in a really tight spot. Stockton ends up throwing it a little bit behind Cantrell intentionally, but a really nice play there is made by C.J. Johnson. Put the ball into some kind of awkward spots in this first half. They've been getting away. Stockton's first interception in 3 games. So it did not work out for him there. He throws it, a little too far ahead. That might get jumped by the linebacker. Last is picked off anyway. You got to take better care of the football than that, especially when you got the lead. Now Auburn with a chance to make this a I guess they can't make it a one-possession game. It's a 16-point lead. Well, I guess they could with the 2-point conversion. Sorry, trying to do the math in my head while also playing the game. 3 wide receivers, a tight end on the field. Reiner, 16 seconds left, no timeouts. Can they get him? Can they get to him? He ends up throwing it away there. 3rd and 3. If I'm Auburn, you essentially just take a shot play. Otherwise, you just throw it away. Not take the sack. He does, in fact, just throw it out of the back of the end zone. Got a chance to now, with Alex McPherson being one of the best kickers in the country, if not the best kicker in the country, at least make it a 13-point game. And he misses it, but there's a roughing the kicker. McPherson actually misses the field goal. And we run into him. John L. Aguero. We give them a second chance at life. See if McPherson can knock this one through. This one seems much more likely. He, in fact, does get this one through. So the roughing the kicker ends up really helping Auburn there, as he did it again, missed that field goal. Dallas, he just doesn't get a chance to return it. He does not. We're going to halftime with Georgia up 23-10. Offense, for the most part, has been really up and down. They found the one really good drive to start off the game, the one deep shot to Anthony Evans. They've run the ball pretty well, been very pass happy, and then Stockton throwing the interception to set up that field goal attempt. Auburn's offense has been really up and down. Has run the ball well. The pass game, though, has been really inconsistent. We'll see if that carries over here in the second half. Woodring's kick is away. As we start the second half, Auburn really needs to go down and get some points, as now Georgia can lean on that run game here with the second half lead if Auburn does, in fact, not score. Be a draw to Cobb with the defensive line. Thankfully, was able to make a play on between McLeod and Miller as he was about to get out there. No linebackers, of course, with how wide right now Auburn is running their offense. Ends up dumping that off, knocked out. C.J. Allen making plays. 3rd and 9. Auburn desperate for a first down here. He's getting chased. Oh, he could have actually had the sack there to do it instead. Forced the incompletion. I thought he might try to take a pass. Looked like there was a guy breaking over the middle. I tried to jump up with Williams to knock it away. But instead, it's going to be another punt for Auburn. And Boyce going to call for the fair catch. Yes, at this point, I kind of expect Georgia to try to run the ball a pretty good bit here. Tobias has not had a single game this year with less than 17 carries. He's been a real workhorse. And he gets a gain of 4 there. It's 8th carry of the game. We do see Vernon come back out there. Takes the snap. It's going to be just a handoff to Tobias this time, and he gets a gain of 5, so it's a 3rd and 1. Stockton back out, 3 wide receivers. Lucky in the slot, kind of by himself. Stockton's going to take it, and it's going to be a draw play, and Tobias is stopped short. Georgia wants to get their get back after failing earlier. Kind of in no man's land, looking to put the game away. Roderick Robinson with Gunnar Stockton, and they are in fact going to snap it, and Roderick Robinson barely gets the first down. Nice work there. Vernon comes back out again, trying to get this quarterback run game going with him. Doesn't get a lot, just gets a yard. Stick in that formation. He's got 3 carries for 0 yards, so right now it's not working at all. Vernon going to step back, try to pass it. They try to send pressure. This is where Vernon can hurt you. Just the run gets around the edge. It's a first down. Stockton now coming back out with Tobias. It's going to be a carry for Tobias. He bounces it back to the right side, cuts back again to the left, making the safety look stupid. Tobias, really nice carry there for him. What does Georgia decide to do here? Three wide receivers. Cantrell comes in motion. It's just going to be just a carry to Tobias. It's a gain of 4 there. It's hit and falls forward. Stockton's going to take it and try to throw that one to a bad spot. That pass should have been intercepted. Not a good decision there at all. Got really, really lucky on that play. It's now that 4 guys to one side. Stockton takes it. Gonna dump that to Tobias. He cannot get his momentum going forward, though. Woodry's gonna have to come out for yet another field goal. Trying to go 4 for 4. Kick is up, and it is good. So he's been perfect today. Georgia up 26-0. The offense is starting to leave something to be desired with the struggles, on the other side of Auburn's 35 or so. Offense is kind of flatlining at times here. Georgia ends up sending 4. Reiner ends up just throwing that one away. 2nd and 10. They need to get back to running the football before there's not enough time to, and this is going to be a deep handoff to Cobb. Aguero makes a really nice open field tackle for just a gain of 3. Now you're in a 3rd and 7. So you run the ball extremely well. Now you're at a 3rd and 7. You have to assume that now you have to pass. And they do pass. Makes a really nice, just patient throw. Able to get it where his guy could catch that and keep moving. It's a first down. C.J. Allen on the tackle. Auburn able to get the 3rd down conversion, though. This is going to be a read option. Jordan Hall and C.J. Allen do not fall for it. That is a 3-yard loss. Georgia's defensive line doing a really nice job of recruiting that spot, so hopefully this play continues, but it has been probably the single strongest unit of the team, I would say, this year. Certainly have had some holes as far as the rush defense, but for the most part has been really good against the pass, still creating enough havoc plays as they get the screen. Really nicely timed there. Georgia ended up sending 5 guys after the passer. Nobody was there waiting on Cobb. It's another 3rd down conversion for the Tigers. Now got their power back in there, and he's going to get the ball, but he gets no room. Daniel Harris, C.J. Allen able to come up and make plays there. Now 2nd and 10. Wouldn't surprise me if they run the ball here again. I mean, if I were them, I would, but they instead drop back to pass and gets another nice just throw on the drag. 8-yard gain. Makes it a 3rd and manageable. Looks like they might be sending a little pressure. And it's a read option. Jordan Hall makes the play on the Reiner again. Auburn is going to kick a 61-yard field goal roughly here. And that kick is up from McPherson. I think it had the leg, but it is no good. No penalty this time. Georgia now back out on offense, and they go with the 4-wide pistol look here. Stockton gets it. Going to hand it off to Tobias. Gets up the middle. Gain of 9. As soon as that run game starts to get going, this team really becomes a problem. Stockton. Oh, bad pass. That one should have been intercepted. So Stockton has made several mistakes, several really bad decisions. And there's no reason to throw some of these passes. He's gotten away with a couple of them. Has been picked off once. Now they bring 2 tight ends. Tobias gets it on a power play. He gets the first down. Yeah, this passing offense has been inconsistent to say the least so far. 14 carries for Tobias. Certainly looks like he is going to end up crossing that 17 carry threshold against Stockton. They'll take this. Gets that over to Blank. It's a gain of 5 there. No reason to force it. Could have maybe gotten that to Lucky. Certainly no reason to force anything. And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. Georgia 26-10. This is kind of the personality of this Georgia team. The offense can hit some big plays, can largely run the football, but the passing game, creating those big plays, is inconsistent, while the defense plays really well for the most part. Certainly have been some 4th quarter gaffes this year defensively. See if maybe they can avoid that As we will start off the fourth quarter at 2nd and 5. Vernon back out there. Vernon takes the snap. Try to run the read option. This time he gets wrapped up for a 3-yard loss, setting up a 3rd and 9. So Auburn has certainly done their homework. When Vernon has been out there, they have been ready to make plays. It's a 3rd and 9. Stockton take it and try to scramble, and Stockton is going to get the first down. Stockton, by the way, had 99 carries. Those of you that have watched my Tulane Dynasty as well, we have a freshman quarterback named Celeste Chin. Good athlete, but has dreadful carrying, and he is fumbling the ball pretty much all the time. So I've had to kind of adjust that. Stockton's got great carry, and we see Vernon out here again. Sends Humphrey in motion. It is going to be a carry to Vernon. Cannot sneak through the hole. So yeah, what I'm trying to do, what Georgia is trying to do here is see how much they can really use the quarterback rushing game. Stockton is able to get that to Tobias on the screen play. They sent pressure, and Tobias running people over gets the first down. Yeah, Georgia is interested in using a little bit more of the quarterback run game. Seeing if they could take advantage of that. Stockton. It's a toss out to Tobias. It's a 3-yard gain there. Run it, they fake it. This time, it's going to be a fumble as he tried to dump that off to Tobias, but gets hit right as he is going to it. Auburn. Williams is going to take that all the way for a scoop and score. Georgia tried to get a little cute, tried to fake the toss, see if they could find something over the top, up the seam to maybe score. Stockton looked like he was going to try to just dump that off to Tobias, but gets hit right as he is about to. DeMarcus Riddick making another play. Auburn now going for 2, trying to make this a one-possession game. And that one is dislodged. Thankfully, Justin Williams making another play, but it's a 26-16. It's a 10-point lead for Georgia. That one from McPherson getting kicked out, essentially out of the end zone. Boyce takes it for a touchback. Now, Georgia really needs to make something happen here. They go 2 tight ends. Stockton. It's a handoff to Tobias. Really good run there. A gain of 9. Tobias really starting to get something going here. Go with this ace again. Auburn with a lot of guys in the box. Stockton's going to take the snap. He's going to just scramble out, gets a first down, gets tackled there. Don't want to force anything. Kind of sticking in this power formation. Stockton takes the snap. Now he is just going to scramble out. He's just going to throw it away. There's a man down the field with it being a screen pass. That's going to be a major penalty there. Stockton could have tried to run there, but I did not want to risk another fumble situation. Still a 1st and 15, so not terribly detrimental. Now go back to a 3-wide receiver look. Stockton takes the snap. Want to float this over to Cantrell, and this time he catches Cantrell in motion after a bad pass earlier in the game on the same play, and Cantrell goes 69 yards for a touchdown. Fernando Cantrell, the sophomore wide receiver, certainly has been a major focal point of this passing offense. They just ran a whip route against man covers. There's nobody over there. A nice pass. Cantrell with the explosion to get up the field and takes it all the way. Really helps out Gunnar Stockton's stats when he really didn't have to do a whole lot. Woodring's extra point is up. It is good. 33-16. Georgia able to extend their lead. Back out to three scores. Now you're in a really good spot here. Really nice response. They're able to create the big play in the passing game without it being a deep shot to Anthony Evans, something they have not done with a whole lot of consistency. Georgia gets the job done. Auburn's in a really bad spot here. They have not thrown the ball consistently, and Justin Williams almost sacked Reiner. Pass gets out to Cobb. DeMello not in a good spot there. Cobb was able to get up the field. Big time first down game. Williams almost was able to get the sack there. Would have shut that play down. Reiner makes a play though. Cobb is exhausted. Quick RPO. It's a gain of 3 there. Georgia rallies to the ball really well. Reiner just 13 of 24 for 115 yards passing. Completion percentage for Stockton has not been great, but a couple of big plays really helping him out. Reiner gets that over. Really nice throw there. First down. Thankfully tackled by Bolden before he got off to the races. Quick screen to Cobb. Ellis Robinson really comes up and makes a nice play there. Been a quiet day for Robinson. They haven't tested him a whole lot. Made a really nice read there on the swing pass. Gets that over the middle. Incomplete. C.J. Allen able to dislodge that. Now it's a 3rd and 11. You know Georgia is going to come screaming here. It's a screen pass, and they read it to perfection. Again, Green makes a nice play. Reiner ends up just throwing it in the dirt. It is now a 4th and 11. This is essentially the ball game for Auburn. And he tries to throw that up the seam. Janelle Aguero picks it off. Might take the distance. No, Jeremiah Cobb runs him down. Georgia with excellent field position. Aguero makes the play. We are going to see Vernon now. Maybe take some extra snaps, see what kind of work they can get from him. Again, it still might be Pug that is the starter next year as he has waited his turn. 3-yard loss there on that play. 2nd and 13. They stick with Vernon out there. Vernon takes the snap. It's going to scramble out, trying to create the play to Lucky, and he gets an excellent throw. Big-time catch from Lucky. Vernon can throw the football. They've used him almost exclusively as a runner. It is now a 1st and 10. It's just a run for Tobias. Runs over a guy. Tobias with a 9-yard gain. Georgia now is really trying to finish this one off. He's got 18 carries for 90 yards. Does he end up eclipsing the century mark for the 9th time? It is another carry for Tobias. He gets wrapped up in the backfield for a 3-yard loss. It is Niswanger, a freshman from Georgia, makes the play. And now it's Gunnar Stockton come out here as it is a 3rd and 4. Stockton takes it. He is going to get sacked and fumble again. You know, I brought up the point that his 99 carry, but 2 fumbles. That time just DeMarcus Riddick making a play. Thankfully, though, he did not end up losing possession there. We were able to recover it. Woodring makes another field goal. He's been absolutely perfect today. 3 for 3 from PAT. 5 for 5 from field goals. Offense has left a lot to be desired as we are now down, around the 2-minute mark. This game should be over. It's a 20-point lead. Offense has left some points on the board. Stockton's been sacked 4 or 5 times in this game. Georgia's done something, some good things on defense, obviously. There's just no pressure on that play. DeMello with a nice tackle, though. Perry Thompson, the speedster. Ran the ball well. Tobias is not going to cross the century mark. Tried to use Vernon a little bit in the run game. Did not overly work out. We have Justin Williams is going to be able to get the sack again there. Georgia's 4th of the game. 2 from Williams, 2 for Damon Wilson. Jordan Hall and Kristen Miller have each made disruptive plays, and that is going to be another one, and this is a safety, Kristen Miller, who might end up being a Heisman finalist. Gets the 5th sack of the game for Georgia. It's the first safety of the season. Griner just got to get away from that, as they're going to now have to punt it away. Squib kick, Dexter Dallas going to get it up to close to the 40. And yep, let's just Georgia's going to just mass subs. Do not want to get anybody hurt in this situation.
Okay, ready?
We now will see Ryan Puglisi for the first time today outside of holding extra points. Field goal is going to be a carry to Easy. Easy got used a pretty decent little bit as the other pass catching option behind ETN last year. Has not played a whole lot this year, as it has been largely the Tobias and Roderick Robinson show. Easy with another carry here. Does get a first down. But Easy is a weapon that this team can use for sure. Tobias is just good enough to kind of be the bulk guy. Roderick Robinson is a gain of 3 there. He's not gotten a whole lot of carries. Georgia's just trying to get a couple of extra snaps for some of these guys. Roderick Robinson, it's a 2-yard gain there. They will now largely run out the clock, maybe get one more carry to the senior Roderick Robinson in his last home conference game. This is the last play of the game. Roderick Robinson just gets a gain of 2, but it is a 38-16 victory for Georgia. Again, the offense left a lot to be desired, but a 22-point win over a rival, the 10th straight win in this series. You will certainly take that. Georgia, I felt like, did a good job getting after the passer. Struggled to stop the run, but largely took care of business. Stockton, couple of fumbles, couple of turnovers. One went for a scoop and score. Created enough big plays, though, in the passing game. Had the one big scramble as well. Anthony Evans, really quiet in the second half, but did hit the big score there. You just saw on the screen. That was the scoop and score touchdown for Auburn. Defense, though, played really well. They gave up the one drive where they really struggled, giving up a bunch of rushing yards. I'll just keep talking as I try to find a thumbnail. I don't really know what I want to use today. Why don't we do something with Griner getting sacked? Should we do that? Let's do is there a way for me to do like Kristen Miller? I think he has been more than worthy of getting a more than worthy of finally getting a thumbnail. We will do that. Let's just use do that. Let's do something like that. Ooh, I hope that ends up being a good enough screenshot. Let me take a look and see. While it's doing that, I will while I'm getting to make sure that ends up being a good one. I didn't jump out too quick. Yep, it's good. So, absolutely dominant performance. I mean, way more than doubled them in yardage, almost doubled them in first downs. Yards per carry are obviously a little lacking due to the sacks. Don't think we threw the ball particularly well, but made some big pass plays in this one. Really did a nice job holding them on third downs. We were awful on third downs ourselves. We won the turnover battle, though, despite having a couple ourselves. Ended up dominating time and possession. Third downs was definitely the biggest weakness for Georgia in this game. Stockton, plenty of big passing plays. 3 touchdowns through the air, did throw the interception. Tobias does fall short of his 100-yard mark, but still has gotten that 8 times, so far this year. The quarterback run game was not great. at Auburn and did have a 17-yard scramble. But as far as the actual run design plays, did not work great for him. Easy and Robinson got involved a little bit. Stockton's sacks really hurt him as he did have a 20-yard scramble himself. But no real big play, just a one big run for Tobias, 17 yards. Other than that, was a little tough. Lucky 5, 63 and a score. Evans 4, 112 and a score. Blank 2 for 13. Cantrell 2 for 84 and a 69-yard touchdown. Tobias 2 for 18. London Humphreys 1 for 13. Did have a drop. Tried a couple of deep shots to him, just did not work out. And Tuggle's only target was dropped. Sats giving up 3 for Michael Uini. Not a great day for him. Kelton Smith 1. Calhoun gave up 1. Defensively, we had Aguero lead the way with 9 tackles, 8 from Harris. Don't really like seeing, a corner and a safety getting all these tackles. Wilson and Allen, though, right behind them. Tackles for loss, 4 from Jordan Hall, 3 from Kristen Miller, 3 from Justin Williams, 2 from Wilson, Allen, Robinson, and Harris each had 1. 5 sacks, 2 went to Williams, 2 went to Wilson, 1 to Miller. Interceptions, Humphrey, Aguero, and Justin Williams on the screen. Really nice heads-up play for him. Player of the game may have honestly been Woodring. 5 for 5 from field goal, 3 from 3 extra points. And on the Auburn side of things, Reiner did not have a whole lot of success. 16 for 30, a buck 33, 1 touchdown, but threw 3 interceptions. Cobb 15 for 93, Reiner minus 43 yards rushing, including taking the safety. Derek Sermon, freshman, he certainly looked a lot bigger than 5'9", 188 whenever he was out there on the field. May have just kind of been the flat jacket, kind of uniform combo he was wearing with the, with the jersey pulled up. Cobb also led the team in receiving yards, not a whole lot outside of Cameron Johnson scoring a touchdown there for them. Defensively, Crawford with 10 tackles, Middleton and Johnson each with 9. Riddick had a really amazing day. 4 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks. Had the forced fumble that ended up being taken for a scoop score by Amaris Williams. Had the fumble return, 73-yard touchdown. Nobody ran him down. But yes, it is a 38-16 win for the Dogs. Still undefeated. Trying to keep that train chugging along here as we are in week 3. Kristen Miller is your top Heisman, guys, as we get ready to advance the week. Unless that's like an old screen. Sometimes that the Heisman list when it shows the ladder is not always perfect. As we get a kicker commit, so we finally have a kicker heading into next year, and 5-star wide receiver Trevor Kowalski from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, decides to come to Athens, Georgia. 4-star middle linebacker Najee Trinidad from Mississippi. 4-star corner Alex Briggs, finally getting a couple of those guys, so that's nice to see. See, we're having to dig into these safeties even down to the 3-stars, trying to get some bodies there. Kowalski's a really good player. Trinidad's a gem. Alex Briggs, just a base 4-star corner, but a really good player. We'll be at home for Senior Day against Georgia Tech. In the next episode, we'll take a look at the top 25 scores for Week 12. Of course, there was our game, UCF big over TCU. Clemson loses on the road by double digits to Duke in a major upset. Notre Dame over Syracuse. Arkansas State over Louisiana in an upset there in the Sun Belt. Had Arizona over BYU. The Wildcats have been really good again this year. Iowa State over Cincinnati. Kansas State over Colorado. USC over UCLA. Cal over Stanford. Tennessee over South Carolina. Florida over Alabama on the road. Crimson Tide fall. UAB over Temple. Michigan against Indiana. North Texas over Rice. Penn State over Washington. Boise State over Hawaii. Ohio State over Northwestern. Oklahoma State in a defensive slugfest here against West Virginia. And Oregon survives Nebraska. Let's just take a look and see where Kristen Miller may be here for the Heisman. Still in first. Trying to take it from all these quarterbacks. Kristen Miller, he is as deserving, I think, as any player in this series of getting that done. We'll take a look at the stats. Stockton did throw the interception, but he got away with a couple of throws, though, I'll be honest. I did not make a lot of great decisions with him. The one that got picked to me, as far as the 3 or 4 throws, I thought was like the best decision. But did get picked off him. I made several horrific decisions that should have easily been intercepted. But still went 3-1 as far as touchdown interceptions in the game. So those stats continue to improve. Yards per game is up from last year. Tobias, 1,300 yards and a score. Vernon has found the end zone twice. Roger Robinson had just a couple of carries. Evans is over the 1,000-yard mark and has scored 11 touchdowns on the season. So the senior has now had 2 straight 1,000-yard campaigns, the only guy in the history of the program to have done so. He's barely eking out over his average yards per game last year. You see he has been over 18 yards a catch, at least to this point, including this season. For 3 straight years, almost had 1,000 yards as a sophomore, despite not being a starter until halfway through the season. Of course, we ended up playing a lot of games that year, winning the national title. But now back-to-back double-digit touchdown seasons. I mean, he is making his mark as one of the best players in program history. Cantrell has got an outside shot of maybe with a deep run getting to the 1,000-yard mark. I think he's been solid, definitely dealt with some injuries. And 10 drops is really hurting him. We've gotten 11 drops from Lucky, and he's going to end up being the Mackey Award winner. Humphrey's the quote-unquote number 1 on the depth chart wide receiver, at least so far in this offense, has not really been used a lot. It's largely the number 2 because of Evans and his speed, the slot guy, which Cantrell is, and the tight end. That's kind of been the focal points. Even with Oscar Delp kind of having a less than stellar year in year 2. Offensive line, of course, continues to be great. Allen easily leading the way in tackles. If you want to see somebody in particular, just take a pause. Certainly are starting to see some of these younger guys really start to make plays. EJ Green, I feel like when I'm using him, like he's doing a nice job, but the stats are just not showing up so far. Of course, he's got a whole another year, but coming off of a 2-sack season, not really living up to the attributes, but he's in a spot where he is not playing every snap. I think he's going to be really big for us next year, though. But you take a look, Christian Miller, 36 tackles for loss. He is up to 14 sacks. This is in comparison. He has been this way this entire series. 32 tackles for loss, 10.5 as a sophomore, 34 and 14 last year, and he is now up to 36 and 14 with at least 3 more games to play as well. Obviously have the Georgia Tech Conference Championship and then whatever bowl/playoff game that we have. I mean, I think he's the best player in college football. He is the most disruptive player easily on this defense, which is saying something with how good Jordan Hall has been against the run. Justin Williams and Damon Wilson coming off the edge have still been really good. Got a lot of guys with interceptions, but it's Christian Miller. And field goal percentage jumped up really heavy there for Woodring. And Lozano continues to just be okay at punting the football. Let's take a look at just awards watch list. Kind of just quick glance. Not going to go too deep into any of this. Obviously, we'll not have anybody there. Definitely going to win Defensive Player of the Year. That's absolutely going to be Christian Miller. Defensive back's definitely going to be a dog. Tobias is very, very heavily, I think, going to be the favorite here to win Best Running Back of the Year. Anthony Evans still hanging around for Best Receiver. Lombardi, won't have anybody there. Defensive end, interior lineman, nobody there. Best tight end. I mean, it's going to be Lawson Lucky. Tight ends are not getting used a whole lot, just around the country. Like I can show you guys the stats. Lucky has not been anything like game-breaking. He is going to, I think, easily win this award. It's really actually heading into like 2 weeks ago, Riddell with 2 catches was on this list for what it's worth. Linebacker of the year, center, Groza, punter. Okay. We'll take a look at the current CFP bracket as we head into the final weeks before conference championship games. So Georgia, Pitt, Oregon, and Arizona 4 of your top 5 actual teams in the country from a ranking perspective, with Ohio State right now not being the Big Ten Conference Championship team. We're looking like the only SEC team right now. Looks like we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams come out of the Big Ten, and a couple ACC teams. And then you have North Texas being the at-large, 5th conference champion. So, yeah, really interesting to see that. Let's just take a look at the top 25, just because I haven't noticed that, and see where, like, any other SEC teams are. So the next highest ranked SEC team is Tennessee, all the way down at down at 13th. A&M and Florida have now gotten into the ranking. Alabama way down here after their loss to Florida. Yeah, down here in the SEC, as us and Tennessee are the only ones with 3 or less losses. Obviously, we are undefeated. The only other team with less than 2 losses is Pitt, as that is kind of the way that, in reality, this is more in line with what I am expecting us to see in real-life college football moving forward. Maybe the occasional team that largely runs the table, gets to this point undefeated, but like in real life, Oregon is doing. But teams are going to lose. Pittsburgh has been really, really good. Their ratings are not great, though. But yeah. So the next time you see me in this series, we will be taking on Georgia Tech at home. Clean, old-fashioned hate. And, yeah, if you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. Check out my Tulane Dynasty and my Atlanta Hawks franchise on NBA 2K25 on the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, peace.